Hello, 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 you guys. It is your girl Sunshine here with another one. Yes, how are you, my boos? I miss you guys as always, as usual. Welcome back to Why You Tarot for Readings, all about you. Today we are doing a divine masculine update, check in. What's crack a lacking in his brain? Or her brain, right? So for the song that came through today, it's a little short, the message, but it's called Slow Up, and it's by Jacob Banks. I think this is the first time I've ever heard of this person, so whoopsies. But the part of the song that came through was short and sweet. So the message is there's a world to discover, but home is love. What I've learned from a mirror, look too hard and you'll find you a stranger. Love is just a decision. The choice is yours. And that was it. That was it for the song, for the message. So it's like I said, it's very short and sweet. I feel as if the divine masculine is kind of looking in the mirror, kind of seeing like, who am I? What am I to this world? And they're also looking at how love is viewed, because you have here, it says the decision, love is just a decision, right? And the choice is yours. So this person's just like, listen, at the end of the day, you can choose to love me or not. Okay, that's a very interesting message, I have to say. This song does have me a little bit confused. Normally I know exactly what they're referring to, but we're gonna see what the cards say. So let's see what is going on in with this divine masculine and this divine feminine connection. Show me clearly. We have here crushed, and we have here shouldn't have let you go. So with this song, in regards to how they're like, love is a decision and the choice is yours. So I feel like this person is trying to accept that you left, that you walked away, and they did nothing about it. It's almost like, okay, is this person feels as if you would have stayed no matter what? But I mean, it makes perfectly sense. At the end of the day, you can only take on so much, and whatever this connection was going through, pretty much the other person just kind of got sick and tired. Um, but at the same time, they're like, you know what? If you're going to leave, then that's just it, and they're crushed about it. But they make it seem as if it's not affecting them, at least so far. Show me more. Okay, so this person is crushed. They're saying they shouldn't have let their divine feminine go, walk away. What other messages want to come through? Romantic date. So this person still thinks about how they can have a romantic time with you. Hidden love. Yeah, I really do feel like they're not confessing, and I mean, I feel like it's like every reading, right? They're not explaining how exactly they feel in this connection. And we have here come back. Yeah, they miss you. This person definitely misses you. Definitely wishes that there could have been a different situation. Maybe you guys were on a date and then something happened, and then one person decided they were just over it and they left. And this divine masculine is feeling crushed because they want their divine counterpart partner back, but at the same time, I don't see anything so far of them taking any actions. What other messages want to come through for this story? You can't fix me. This person is still feeling broken, still feeling like, this is just how I am. I lived a single life. I don't necessarily have a partnership. This is how things have always been working out for me from before. And whatever wound this person has, they don't want to tap into it because obviously it's painful, which makes sense. But at the same time, it's almost like they don't see an avenue of healing it. It's almost like there's no way to get through it. Like say example, it's something like, I don't know, someone, they consider themselves to be overweight, okay? And they're like, there's nothing on this earth that I can physically do to make myself lose weight to get to the point where I want to be. But it's just like, yeah, there is. There's so many different avenues. There's so many different things that you can do. It's just about taking the time and dedication. Now, it's not necessarily going to be easy, you know. It's going to be a little bit of some hiccups on the road, going through that journey. But there is, a light at the end of the tunnel. But for some reason, this person doesn't see that. We have here hidden truths. So a lot of hidden energy, secrets. They probably don't tell you much about what they're thinking, how they're feeling. Now this particular card, this is avoid the fact of the gender, but it's a guy, and he has, the bouquet in his hand, and he has kind of like what would represent, that, I don't even know what it's called, the bridesmaid. I need to know what that's called. But anyways, I'm going to call it like a shawl where they have that over their head, right before they go to the groom. And then he like lifts it off, and then they like do the whole ceremony. I feel like this person has hidden truths of wanting to have a marriage with you, wanting to have something more, but they're not confessing. You're keeping things very, very closed off. See, yeah, we have your unique mind and family coming through. This person is not telling you that they actually do want something more than they've had with you, but they just, for whatever reason, they're not opening up. You light up my life. Yeah. And the last card, goodbye. This separation is really hurting them. I feel like you've both have separated at some point or another. I feel like, because in this picture where it says goodbye, she's holding on to him, not wanting him to leave, and he's packing his bag and he's going. Whereas this one, he let her leave. So I feel like in this situation, there might have been both parties had kind of had an on and off in this connection, but there was, maybe this person said goodbye a lot, and then the divine feminine kept taking them back, and then at some point divine feminine was like, I'm done, I'm over this little dance, deuces, and they left. That's a little bit of a roller coaster ride. Yeah, because even if you go back to the song where it's just like, love is a decision and the choice is yours. It's like this person, I feel as if in the energy, like both parties are just at their ends of just exhaustion, just kind of just over this little dance. But at the same time, it's not going to the next level. It ended up going into a separation more than into a union. So it's like fed up of the little dance, but not fed up enough to actually have a partnership. So if this divine masculine could speak up and say something to the divine feminine, what messages would they say? What would they say to the divine feminine? Would you reject me? Yeah, so even though they have these hidden truths and they want to have this romantic life with you, family, connection, marriage, all of the above, they're like, you walked away. So if you walked away, why would you allow me to come back? They can't see it. Like in their head, like if it was reversed, they wouldn't take a person back. That's what they're looking at. So they're like, okay, would you reject me if I came in with anything? Is there any other messages they want to say? Oh my gosh. Is it possible to forgive and forget? And we have here, I looked you up online to see what you've been up to. How could you still love me after all I've done? And I think about you. I thought about you a lot lately. I mean, I feel like this person doesn't necessarily take you off of their mind unless they are able to get something to distract them strong enough. But this person, they keep tabs on you, a little bit of some stocky going on there, stalker vibes, in a cute high school kind of way. Doesn't feel like danger. It's almost like it keeps this person kind of sane, that they can still see images of you somehow, some way, whether it's like your WhatsApp photo, Instagram, YouTube, whatever the hell you're on, Facebook, wherever Snapchat. Okay, I'm done with listing things. But wherever you're on, they're finding a way to keep tabs on you somehow, some way. I even feel like there's some people that's not even on a social platform, and they still find a way to keep tabs. I don't know if it's that maybe you guys had mutual friends, and they kind of get that person to speak up about, like, the last time they saw you or something like that. But somehow, some way, this person is keeping tabs on you, and they're really wondering, can they come in, and would you be able to kind of put your, like your, not, I don't want to say guard down, but it's almost like, not like, if they were to approach you, would you be defensive? Would you allow them to just come in and just it's almost like they don't want to face what happened in the past. They kind of want to come in and almost like have a clean slate, but at the same time, not even say that they have a clean slate, just kind of just, it's like almost like, you can communicate with someone without actually speaking any words. It's like they want that communication to happen in regards to both of you. Just know you don't want to talk about the past. You don't even want anything. You just want like a clean slate and to just go about it. That's what they're hoping. They're playing in their mind like, is it possible? Is it possible? Now this person replays that moment where there was that separation quite a bit in their head. They kind of have it a little bit on repeat. But okay, if this person were to come in, let's see. What would they come in offering? Wow, at this split, we have here Page of Cups and Magician. They're trying to manifest the strength to come in and offer something when it comes to love. Let's see further for this divine masculine, divine feminine connection. What do they want to come in and offer? What are the messages? So when it comes to like the split, like that's that energy of like them thinking about it, but we'll see if it actually comes up. What does this person want to offer? If they were to come back, will they come back? So that's the next question. What do they want to offer? So we have here the Deception card coming out and the Queen of Swords. And I feel like this deception is the fact of all this hidden truth. The fact that they haven't revealed how they truly feel. Like they probably haven't told you that they do want this marriage and they want this wedding and this happy life with you. They do want to romance you. They do want to have this adventure. And I feel like that's what the deception comes from. And that's where that hidden thing is happening. Is also, this card is talking about strategy as well. So I feel as if that you're on the blind side. You don't know what they're working on and what they're doing, but in the background, that's what they're kind of trying to have. And my, yes, look what we have coming out here. So we have here the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the World card. So there's definitely being a cycle that is going to be completing in this connection. So it, to rebirth the new. I know, back when I was talking about, the wiping the slate clean, I'm like, that is so, like, sometimes I feel like that is a childish route to kind of wipe the slate clean. But at the same time, sometimes it's just like rehashing what happened in the past may not always be the best thing to do. As much as there might be some unanswered, things that happened in the past, sometimes it's just best to kind of just wipe the slate clean, start fresh, start new. Especially if both parties are different than they were in the past. Both, at the end of the day, I don't believe there's only one person that's wrong in a situation. I believe that there's both parties can have their rights and can have their wrongs. It's all about perspective at the end of the day. But in this connection, this person wants to have a new beginning. They want to have a fresh new start, and they want it to be passionate. Okay, now you have two Knight cards coming here. So this person definitely will be taking action. And Knight is always about that movement energy. And the fact that you have two when it comes to the facts of, that romantic energy, and then also that passion, that adventure, that excitement. I mean, these are the best Knights, I want to say, to come in, because these are fast moving Knights as well. Like, it's not really where the Pentacles, where it's like slow movement, even though it could be steady. I feel like this person really does want to have success in the situation, and they don't want to come and offer you anything empty handed. They hope that you will reciprocate these feelings for them, because I'm very drawn to the fact of, as much as I don't like PDA, they're kissing in the picture with the Knight of Cups card, and it's just like a cute little thing. They're on a little date, and I really feel like this person probably will come in and ask if they can see you and take you out. I really do feel like there's a sense of wanting to take you out on a date, wanting to romance you, wanting to show you how affectionate and how much they feel through action. I don't feel words, okay? I don't feel too much words. Now there might be some things that do come up, because you do have here the Queen of Swords, and I'm very drawn to the fact of the wow, at the bottom of this deck, communication. The Queen of Swords, in her hair, what's supposed to represent her hair, is this clock. And I just feel as if it's just like back to, divine timing. It's just a matter of time for this person to come in and really come in with this communication, because they do want to say some things to you. I don't feel like they're going to come in and like have a word vomit and just tell you everything, but they are going to reveal certain things. They're trying to figure out what is it that they can say enough to allow you to let them enter your life again. They're trying to figure out a way of how they can approach you, but they're still in a stage of, will this person forgive me? They do hope there could be the forget part. I really can't emphasize that enough. Like, they're just so hopeful that, like, please don't like call me out on all the things that I did. There's a sense of that energy. But let's see what's to show in the future for this connection. Okay, what messages want to come through? We have here compromise coming through, which is great, because I mean, at the end of the day, in every relationship there has to be a level of compromise, because at the end of the day, you're having two individuals that are coming into one another that have not been around another for their entire life, right? Well, some cases maybe, but you have to understand that there's two entities coming in to try to be one. So compromise, I think, is the best thing for this connection, because you guys can kind of hash out what it is that both parties needs, if the divine feminine is gonna, allow this person to come in. And I'm assuming, if the divine feminine is on this reading, that they do. So there's a little bit of some conversations that's gonna happen, and I still feel like it's gonna be on some sort of like date. Okay, now what we have coming through here is, what you need to know is this person is releasing some sort of energy, something that's been holding them back. They're having a transformation. The separation that's happened between the two of you guys has really triggered them to release things that they've been holding on to, and that allows them to develop into another level. Like, when you think about the fact that there's butterflies here on this metamorphosis card, when you think about a butterfly, like, they have all the stages where there's the cocoon and the caterpillar, and then and they turn into the butterfly at the end, right? So I just feel as if that this person wouldn't have had the push to want to change and want to release if the separation didn't happen. So it was the best thing for this connection to have this separation, so this person can release this energy and release the old, so they can come in with something new. Now, they are still at a point of having a crossroads of which path to go, and I feel like the crossroad is showing up because they're like, would you reject me? Can you forgive me? Can you forget? Would you allow me to come back? What I did was so devastating, but is there any way you can find your heart to forgive? And I feel like that's why they're at the crossroads of what to do in the situation. But at the end of the day, I do feel like they want to pursue this. And I do feel like they're going to eventually get to that point. Now, with the balancing scales, things are going to balance out. The universe is going to make sure things are balanced and gets even in regards to this connection. So you don't have to worry any bit about that. But let's see. Is there any other messages that want to come through in regards to this divine feminine, divine masculine story, this connection? Is there any other messages? I'm not going to take this heap of pile, but I will take this one. And we have here the Page of Pentacles. They're learning to find more stability in their life. They're learning to how they can be stable in a connection and still do their day-to-day life. This person might work a lot, or have a lot of friends. Just for some reason, this person seems a little busy, but they want to come in and offer something stable. But that page is kind of like that beginner stage, that teenager. It's not like a grown person. So it is a little bit of something that's new to this person that they have to work on, but they do want to come in and offer something. Now we have here the Seven of Swords and the Six of Wands. They want to have success in a situation, but they really have their defenses up. They really are on guard in regards to, but they're also, there's something about them not wanting to, it's almost like they want to fight for this connection. There's a part of them, there's a certain part where I feel like there's a switch that goes off in their brain where they're like, I have to fight for this. I have to have success in this situation. I have to have victory. There's a point in time where they're ready for battle. Like if you see here, he's like on his knees, well, kind of like he's hunched down basically. You know, he's ready to go. He has everything in his backpack. He's ready to battle whatever he's going to have to face. And I feel like that's what this person's finding the courage to go towards what they truly want, what they want in a relationship. Now, just to close off the reading, what is the messages the romance angels want to say for this connection? They really do regret letting you go. Like in their mind, they're like, there's so many things I could have said to try to get them to stay, but it just didn't happen. We have here, release your ex. So with the two releasing cards coming out, maybe this person is holding on to a past situation, a past heartbreak, an ex from the past. But also there's times when I know for my particular twin flame connection where I had to release that particular twin flame. And it wasn't that I didn't love the person or whatever. There was just old energy I was holding on to from things that happened in the past in our connection. And once I had released it, the person actually came back. I don't know if that's going to be your story, but it was just funny that it was just like, of course, as soon as I released the energy from the past that happened, of course you come knocking on my door, right? So it was just interesting that it was because I was holding on to kind of, I don't want to say like that bitterness, but I was holding on to some sort of anger about what happened in our connection. And I feel like that the divine feminine in this connection is holding on to what happened in the past, kind of a little bit upset about what happened between the two of them. And until she can or he, whoever's holding the divine feminine energy, can release that, this person won't, it's almost like they won't get the green light to go. And I didn't want to release it in my particular situation. I didn't want to, because I was like, yo, I like, it was what it was, but I'm like, you know what, it's probably worse for me to hold on to this, so I'm like, let it go. And as soon as I free that energy and I had no anger, no nothing towards the person in particular, they were able to come back because they sensed that I was at a point in time where I could receive them coming back in that moment. So in that particular situation, if it's not a different person from this connection, if it is the particular divine masculine that the divine feminine needs to release, it is for positive. It doesn't mean necessarily this connection won't come back to loop. It just could be that you're holding on to something and they can feel it, and until you let that go, they won't feel that they can have the courage. Remember, in the twin flame connection, there's a mirroring thing that you're doing, and you guys are connecting. The reason why the connection is so crazy and strong and stuff, because you guys are connected almost like by these cords, right? So if you think about it, they can feel you, you can feel them. So if you're holding on to something of maybe like, I don't want to say necessarily anger, because it wasn't like, I just feel as if we're holding on to something from the past, basically, they can feel that energy. And until you kind of release that, they won't get the green light to kind of come in. So it's kind of like you do purging, they do purging. You do purging, they do purging. There's a little bit of a constant loop of triggering that happens between the two of you guys, but they want to have success. I mean, at the bottom of the deck we have the Two of Wands. They definitely want to come in. They're planning, they're making a decision. Like if you look here, she has the globe, she has the printout picture. I don't know what that's for, but she has her plans. She's ready to kind of make a decision to pursue something, but it's still at the contemplating stage. And I just feel as if until there's more releasing in this connection, more purging, it probably won't come into a union until that happens. Basically, the divine feminine is going to do something that's going to trigger the divine masculine to kind of, I don't want to say man up, but step up and make changes. Okay? And oh, at the bottom of the deck, the Two of Cups, I'm telling you, this person wants to come in and offer something, but I do feel as if the divine feminine has to do something first to release, and then it's going to trigger them to start making movements, start making actions. Because I actually heard that the divine feminine is the one that in the connection is the person that once the divine feminine does the work, it automatically forces the divine masculine to do the work. And that's very interesting. So I just feel as if you're watching this and you're the divine feminine and you want this connection, you go do some purging and releasing of what happened in the past for you guys. Doesn't mean what the person did was right. Okay, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is releasing that energy so you can allow a newness. And even if you don't want this particular person, releasing that energy anyways is beneficial, because then all you're doing is making room for something new and to come into your life, whether it's this person or it's a new person. But either way, the healing journey is not always easy, but it's very beneficial at the end of it. But long story short, this person wants to come in and they want to come in hot and heavy and come in and offer something once they can feel that you won't pretty much reject them, when you have almost like kind of calmed down from the situation. Guys, we're going to leave it at that. Until next time, it's your girl Sunshine. Deuces.